I'm recording this on Thanksgiving Day, so it got me to thinking about this concept of repetitious decline, or more appropriate, repetitious decay. So a while ago, I decided to try this habit of a gratitude journal. People had told me, you need to write down every day what you're grateful for. So I did that. I started a gratitude journal, and I kept it up for quite some time. And at first, the benefits were pretty amazing. I definitely started viewing my life in terms of what I have versus what I don't have. And that really framed a great perspective for me. However, after about 30 to 40 days of doing this every day, I began to run out of things to write down what I was grateful for. And the habit became just a repetitious exercise. I started just scribbling out a few things just to get done with the task. I started to repeat the things I was grateful for. Now, there may have been some benefit to doing this every day, but over time, my enthusiasm began to decline, and the quality of the effort was in decay. In digital electronics, we have this thing we call attenuation. So when an electronic signal hits a medium like copper wire, over time, the strength of the electrons starts to dissipate, and so it's called attenuation. So the signal becomes less and less legible, or ability to pick up and receive over the distance of the cable. And so this can only be rectified in electronic communications by repeating the signal every so often to re-strengthen it. So this leads me to the first step of what I think it takes to overcome repetitious decline. If you're going to have a behavior that you repeat on a frequent basis, then you have to have a mechanism built in where you revisit that behavior and revitalize it so that you can get back on track and be stronger again and improve the quality. Some habits are perfectly okay if you fall into a repetitious behavior, like, for example, exercise. If you're just maintaining and you're just doing the same thing every day, that's actually okay. But if you want to improve, you cannot fall into a flatline type of approach where you just simply do the same thing every day. You have to revisit and increase the amount of effort that it takes to complete the task so that the quality improves over time rather than reduces over time. Another way to deal with this repetitious decay is by implementing longer intervals. Habits that we do daily, although are hard to establish, they're easy to maintain once they're established because they're every day. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I go running, I go to the gym. I mean, that's pretty simple. I do that every day. But sometimes and that works for those type of habits. But for the habits that are tougher, like the gratitude journal habit, that might actually be better if I increase the interval. So this way, the quality would not reduce as rapidly. So if I were to do my gratitude journal weekly instead of daily, then that would be 52 entries rather than 365 entries. So as a consequence, your quality would have a longer time frame to be maintained. You may even consider going to monthly. But the problem with going to weekly or monthly intervals is it makes it really difficult to remember to do it and to maintain the same level of enthusiasm once that interval comes up. So you have to do special tricks to keep it exciting. For example, on Wednesdays, I decided that I needed a rest day from the gym. So on Wednesdays, I take a break from weight exercises. So I have a gap in my morning routine of about an hour. And so what do I put in that place? Well, I also had a struggle with meditation. So I know that meditation is powerful and it helps me, but doing it daily, I very quickly reduce the quality of that meditation. However, I've discovered that if I do it weekly, the quality significantly increases and I get more value out of it. So I decided to create what I call med on wed, which is just a funny thing for me to say, but it helps me remember. On Wednesday mornings, instead of going to the gym, I spend time in a meditation. So Med on Wed is a great way for me to remind myself and build in some enthusiasm so that when Wednesdays roll around, I know it's time for my meditation routine. So little tips, little tricks like that can help you stay focused. There are also several things that I do, like writing personal things in a journal or making personal reflections on how I'm doing on my goals. Doing those daily is okay, but the problem with doing it daily, it just becomes a task I want to get done so I can move on. So the quality reduces. So those are things that I like to do weekly. So what I'm doing now is on Sundays, I have more quiet time. So I'm able to spend time in reflection. So on Sundays are when I do those types of activities. So these are just some ideas. You can do whatever you want, but the point is that in order to avoid repetitious decay, which you will have, you have to build in mechanisms for you to reduce the decay or get yourself back motivated again to get the original behavior back up to the quality, or increase the severity or increase the difficulty of the behavior so that you can start to see gains rather than decay. With that, thank you.